I'm joined, as you probably joined us on part one with Will here, who's a poet, but he didn't know it at the time. I shouldn't use those puns. Darkness was just incredible. We've got two more.
Yep.
Do you want to give background on the next one before you read it out? What anything particular? What's where it's going? The message.
Yep. So the next one is titled Ascent, and I wrote this a little bit later on when I was coming out of my mental health or mental illness, really. And I wrote this. It still explains a little bit about my mental state and how it was still quite low, but it also explains and puts across the goal that I'm beginning to see. So at this point, I think it's clear to see from this poem that the tunnel was starting to see the opening again, and I was, with the help of everyone around me, I was actually beginning to see normality. So, one thought, my head's in a spiral. Feel like a meme, ready to go viral. Paranoia engulfs me, it feels eternal. The way I escape is write poems like a journal. These times are rough and they ain't ending soon, but I'll keep on going and finish with a boom. Paranoia isn't fun, constantly panicked. My thoughts leave me shaking, wanting to vanish. That's what inspires me, not a fan of loss. My only question is, at what cost? Just like a hurdler, training doesn't stop. Got to clear the jumps to not upset the boss. The jumps will be cleared, no matter how or why. I keep my aims high though, I'm headed for the sky. Got to remain careful, ensuring not to slip. The ascent isn't easy, but I can't afford to trip. All that this poem has really meant is the view at the top will be worth the ascent.
But you're definitely past the rock bottom, aren't you?
Yeah.
That was definitely feeling like we're on the way up, which is exactly why it's called ascent, isn't it? This inspiring thing that just happened.
Yeah.
And you've written how many now? Hundreds, you say?
Hundreds, yeah. I could probably collate between 50 and 100 of good, proper, not finished, but on the way to finished poems.
Is this something you want to pursue, though? Or is this a means to an end?
No, I would more...
Therapy?
I mean, as much as it did act as a therapy in the beginning, I would be more than happy to pursue it now and to use it. Another goal of mine, which I have had since pretty much day dot with poetry, is being able to help others, because I realised quite quickly when I was in this low of my life that seeing other people who had struggled helped me, because they can tell you that it's not just blackness at the end of the tunnel. You can get through it. You've just got to keep fighting. And if my poetry can be used for someone else struggling, I'd be content with life if I can help someone else who is struggling, even on any sort of scale. If I can help them get out of their low or out of their struggle, then that's all that I'm happy with my life.
I mean, you must have that why me? Why is this happening to me thing? Followed now by, I'm getting past this, and as you say, the inspiration, you're going to help others. That's pretty incredible. Where have you got your life mapped out, or do you now do day by day?
So I'm a little bit easy on that, because I'm studying A-levels at the moment at Ramsey Grammar School, and I've got a vague plan of what I want to do, but it is just what I want to do, and I do take my life very much so day by day and make sure every day I'm going to bed and I'm not thinking that was a bad day, because I do live off the motto that you're not guaranteed tomorrow, and if you make every day the best day of your life, you'll live a happy life, and that's the way I see it now.
Because someone's going to be watching this who's going to get inspiration out of it. Somebody that's also probably gone up at some stage, why am I doing this? Why am I going on?
100%.
Is there anything you say on that?
I'd say if you're struggling in any way, just, even though it feels like it's so unfair on you and you're the only one that's having to struggle, there's always someone out there who's got it worse, or it could have been worse. Like my accident, for example, I was hit by a car going at 60 miles per hour. The ambulance just so happened to be 5 minutes away from where I was hit. Now that could have been 40 minutes away.
Are you saying fate or coincidence, though?
I reckon it's fate.
Fate.
Because there's so many factors and variables in life that could have gone another way, but they don't. And I'm not a massive believer in anything particularly, but by the same token, I do believe that it can always get worse, but you can always make it better. And I feel like if you need help with that, there is always help. And this is where I'll mention someone or something that helped me massively. It's a charity based over here called Reach IOM. They're a mental health charity. And they, particularly Adam, the founder of Reach IOM, he pretty much saved my life in a couple of occasions through his therapy, effectively. He was just talking to me, and he didn't act as a therapist.
Because isn't what he always says, isn't he?
Exactly.
He's talking to you just as a
exactly.
person.
He talks to you as a normal human, and he acknowledges normality, and that acknowledgement makes you feel better about yourself, because when you are in such a low that you think it's unfair on me, it's only me that struggles, well, that acknowledgement of actually it's normal to struggle. A lot of people struggle. You start to think, actually, yeah, they do. A lot of people do struggle, and I'm not the only one. Do you know what? I'm gonna go and do something to better myself, and that process of wanting to better yourself is essential to a better mental state.
Okay. The last one, background on this one?
So this one is a little bit further on across my line of writing poems, and it's a little bit shorter, but it's entitled Journey, and it's fairly self-explanatory.
Okay.
It's about just my journey. On my way to heaven, while still battling different devils, on my way to heaven of this game we're different levels, taking challenge in my stride, pursuing different goals. If progress fuels the fire, then we burn on different coals. From the lows that I descended, I've defied the odds against me. From the challenge I have faced, I have surged through them immensely. The offset was the worst, I was faced with such a task. What I battled felt eternal, but me I never finish last. Every river starts a stream, as every story starts a dream. Overcoming constant challenge, nothing's easy on my own. Still unsure on my direction, but damn sure it takes me home.
The journey continues.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, before you go, we've got to get you a publisher. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm 100% up for that. I'd love to get these published and get them out there and just help as many people as possible.
Great. And do you mind if your number goes up, or contact details, or email or something to get in touch with you?
Yeah, I can put my email up, I think.
Which is?
BlissettWill@gmail.com. Blissett spelt BLISSETT. Will spelt as it is at gmail.com.
One L or two L's there?
Two L's.
Two L's there. To be
Yeah.
sure. Dropping things on the floor there. Thanks so much, Will, for coming in. You've been such an inspiration. Such an inspiration.
Thank you very much for having me.
And come back with your publishing deal, okay?
Okay.
Wow.